Big news out of MWC. Honor unveiled the Magic V6, a super thin, nearly creaseless foldable, and also showed off a wild robot phone prototype with a tiny gimbal camera and even a dancing humanoid demo. Quick rundown, the V6 claims industry-first IP69 dust and water resistance, measures as little as 8.75 millimeters folded in some colorways, packs one of the largest foldable batteries, and feels very light. The robot phone demoed a 4-degree of freedom gimbal driven by an ultra-small micromotor. Thoughts?
It's an ambitious 1-2 punch. The Magic V6 is essentially a statement. Push the engineering envelope on thinness and battery while slashing the visible crease. IP69 is especially notable because foldables have historically struggled with ingress protection. The robot phone, meanwhile, is a fascinating pivot toward personality and mechanical camera innovation, shrinking gimbal tech down to something you can tuck into a phone chassis.
IP69 sounds impressive, but does it translate to real-world durability? These ultra-slim foldables make me nervous. It feels like we trade robustness for bragging rights sometimes.
Valid concern. IP69 covers high-pressure, high-temperature water jets and a close to airtight dust rating, which is stronger than the more common IP68 claims. But protocol lab testing does not equal lifetime stress testing. Ultra-thin builds can be more fragile under drops or hinge fatigue. Reviewers already flagged durability trade-offs. Long-term reliability and real-world ingress over years remain to be proven.
And the robot phone, adorable demo aside, aren't mechanical modules a long-term risk? We've seen pop-up cameras and periscope modules fail consumers in the past.
Exactly. Mechanisms add failure points and sensitivity to dust and shocks. Honor says it used advanced materials and micromotor tech. The CEO touted what he called the industry's smallest micromotor. But real durability comes down to seals, sensors, and how well the mechanism rejects everyday grit. If they nail that, it's exciting. If not, it's a niche curiosity.
Any word on timing or availability?
Honor confirmed the robot phone is slated to launch later this year, but full specs and U.S. availability are still unclear. The Magic V6 is already making headlines, though availability may remain region-limited in some markets.
Switching gears to audio, Soundcore announced the Space 2 headphones at MWC. They're a follow-up to the Space 1, priced at $129.99 in the US, with availability on April 21st. Headline specs, up to 70 hours of battery life, stronger active noise cancellation, and refreshed audio hardware. You paying attention to budget cans like this?
Definitely. The Space 2 is a classic example of trickle-down tech. ANC algorithms and battery density have matured enough that mid-range devices get premium features. 70 hours is the standout spec at that price and is a real selling point for travelers and commuters. Improved ANC and hardware updates suggest Soundcore addressed complaints from the prior model.
$30 pricier than the previous model? Justified or creeping premium territory?
Increasing the price by $30 isn't trivial, but if the ANC actually approaches what reviewers are saying, meaning effective engine noise rejection and comfortable tuning, then it's fair. Also, color options like linen white, jet black, and seafoam green make it appeal to a broader audience. The real question is day-to-day performance, comfort, call quality, app features, and how actual battery life measures in real-world ANC use.
For people who aren't audiophiles but want solid travel headphones, is this a buy?
If you want long battery life and strong ANC without a premium brand price tag, it's compelling. You should wait for hands-on reviews for ANC effectiveness and sound tuning, but the spec sheet and price point put it in a competitive spot.
Final item, markets. On February 27th, U.S. bank and brokerage shares plunged, marking the biggest one-day drop since April. The Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ all closed lower amid renewed credit worries and growing anxiety about how AI could reshape finance. Wells Fargo's commentary suggested consolidation could pick up. What's happening here?
It's a mix of fundamentals and sentiment. Credit concerns mean investors fear loan losses or tightening lending standards, which hit banks' revenue outlooks. On top of that, AI introduces both opportunity and disruption. Large-scale automation could compress margins, change compliance costs, or shift competitive dynamics. and investors are nervous about that uncertainty.
So AI isn't just about flashy new products, it's a systemic concern for financial models and staffing.
Exactly. AI can displace roles, change cost structures, and require big investments in data governance and risk controls. If banks are seen as needing to spend heavily to adopt AI securely, that can pressure near-term earnings while promising long-term gains, a tricky narrative for markets.
Wells Fargo mentioned merger momentum. Is consolidation the likely structural response?
Historically, when credit cycles tighten and margins compress, mergers pick up as banks chase scale and cost synergies. Analysts think some institutions might pursue deals to shore up balance sheets or acquire tech capabilities. For investors, watch credit spreads, provisioning trends, and regulatory signals. Those will tell you if this is a temporary wobble or a broader reset.
Thanks. Fast-moving week in tech and finance, and somehow still more predictable than my plant house. The preceding audio summary was created at jesterengine.com, where you can find and verify the original sources.